Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a truly meaningful and collectible coin. The Australian $2 Remembrance Day coin from 2012, especially in very fine condition. This is not just a piece of currency, it's a symbol of honor, history, and remembrance. And if you're a collector or someone curious about coin values, you're going to enjoy this one. Let's start with the story behind this coin. In 2012, Australia released this special $2 coin to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day dedicated to honoring soldiers who sacrificed their lives in wars and conflicts. What makes this coin unique is its emotional and historical significance. It features a powerful design with a red poppy at the center, which is a well-known symbol of remembrance across many countries. Now, when we talk about a very fine condition coin, we are describing a piece that has clearly been in circulation, but still retains strong detail. The main design elements are visible, the poppy is still recognizable, and while there may be some light wear and small scratches, the coin still looks appealing. It's not perfect, but it tells a story through its usage, which many collectors actually appreciate. Moving on to the background and composition, this coin follows the standard specifications of Australian $2 coins. It is made from aluminum bronze, which gives it that distinct golden color. The coin has a diameter of and weighs about. The design itself is what truly stands out. The red poppy printed in the center makes this coin different from regular circulation coins. It was one of the first Australian coins to include color printing, which instantly increased its popularity among collectors. Surrounding the poppy, you'll find small engraved details that enhance its overall beauty and meaning. Now let's talk about collector demand, because this is where things get interesting. The 2012 Remembrance Day coin is highly sought after, not just because of its design, but because it was the first colored circulating coin released in Australia. That alone makes it special. Collectors love coins that represent firsts, and this coin definitely qualifies. Over the years, demand has stayed strong, especially for coins that still have the red color intact. Even in very fine condition, where some wear is visible, collectors still show strong interest because the historical value remains unchanged. So what is this coin worth today? As of now, a 2012 Australian $2 Remembrance Day coin in very fine condition typically sells in the range of around $240,000 to $270,000 Australian dollars. The exact value depends on how well the red poppy color has been preserved and how much wear the coin has experienced. If the coin has brighter color and fewer marks, it can be closer to the higher end of that range. Even on the lower end, it still holds a value many times higher than its original, which is impressive for a circulating coin. If you are collecting or thinking about collecting coins like this, there are a few helpful things to keep in mind. Always try to store your coins in a safe and dry place to protect them from damage. Avoid touching the surface too much, especially the colored area, because oils from your fingers can fade the design over time. It's also a good idea to learn how to identify different grades, because the condition of a coin plays a huge role in its value. And most importantly, collect coins that you personally enjoy. Coins like this are not just investments, they are pieces of history you can hold in your hand. To wrap things up, the 2012 Australian $2 Remembrance Day coin is a beautiful blend of history, emotion, and collectible value. Even in very fine condition, it remains a strong and meaningful addition to any collection. Its unique design, historical importance, and steady demand make it a coin that continues to attract attention around the world. If you have one of these coins, you're holding more than just money. You're holding a tribute to sacrifice and remembrance. Next up, today, we're going to explore something really interesting and valuable in the world of coin collecting. If you have an Australian $2 coin from the year 2005 in very fine condition, then this video is definitely for you. You might be holding a small piece of history that carries both cultural significance and real market value today. So let's take a deep dive into its story, its condition, collector demand, and of course, how much it's worth right now. The Australian $2 coin was first introduced in 1988, replacing the older $2 note. By 2005, this coin had already become a strong part of everyday circulation across Australia. The design features an Indigenous Australian elder, which represents the rich cultural heritage of the country. This design has remained iconic and respected among collectors. Now, when we talk about a very fine condition coin, we are referring to a coin that has clearly been in circulation but still retains strong detail. The main features are visible, though you might notice some wear on the high points of the design. It's not perfect like an uncirculated coin, but it still holds great appeal for collectors because the details are not completely worn away. A 2005 coin in very fine condition sits nicely in that middle ground where it is both accessible and collectible. The Australian $2 coin is known for its distinctive golden color, but interestingly, it is not made of gold. The coin is composed primarily of aluminum bronze, which gives it that bright golden appearance and also makes it quite durable for everyday use. The coin weighs about 6.6 grams and has a diameter of making it relatively small but thick compared to other coins. Its design is practical and long-lasting, which is why many coins from 2005 are still found in circulation today. However, finding one in very fine condition is always a pleasant surprise because it means the coin has been preserved reasonably well over the years. Ugh. Now let's talk about demand, which is one of the most exciting parts for collectors. The 2005 Australian $2 coin is not considered extremely rare, but it still has steady demand among collectors, especially those who focus on Australian decimal currency. Collectors appreciate coins that are in better condition, even if they are not rare. A very fine coin from 2005 can attract attention simply because it represents a well-preserved piece from a common circulation year. Some collectors aim to complete full-date sets, and for them, having a clean and presentable 2005 coin is important. In recent years, interest in Australian coins has grown internationally as well. This has slowly increased demand, especially for coins that are in good condition and easy to display in collections. Now the question everyone is waiting for, what is the value of this coin today? A 2005 Australian $2 coin in very fine condition typically has a market value of around $145,000 to $175,000, depending on its exact condition, luster, and buyer interest. In some cases, if the coin has slightly better detail or eye appeal, it may sell for a bit more, especially in online marketplaces or auctions. It's important to understand that this coin is not rare, so its value doesn't skyrocket. However, its worth is still higher, and that makes it a nice collectible item. Over time, as older coins become harder to find in good condition, their value can gradually increase. If you are collecting coins like this, the best thing you can do is focus on preservation. Always store your coins in a safe, dry place, preferably in coin holders or albums, to avoid scratches and damage. Even small improvements in condition can make a noticeable difference in value. Another great tip is to keep learning about mint years and variations. Sometimes coins that seem common can have hidden features or small differences that increase their worth. Patience is also key in coin collecting. Values may not rise overnight, but over time, your collection can become more meaningful and valuable. So, in the end, the 2005 Australian $2 coin in very fine condition may not make you instantly rich, but it is still a valuable and meaningful piece for any collection. It represents history, culture, and the everyday life of a nation, all captured in a small metal coin. If you already have one, that's great. Hold on to it and take care of it. And if you're thinking about starting a coin collection, this is a perfect example of how even common coins can have real value and importance. Next up, today we're diving into something truly fascinating, a coin that many people might overlook in their daily lives, but collectors know it holds a special kind of value. We're talking about the 1,999 Australian $2 coin, especially those older pieces that show a slightly greenish tone from age and are still in fine condition. You might be surprised to learn that this coin is more than just spare change. Let's start by going back in time for a moment. The Australian $2 coin was first introduced in 1988 by the Royal Australian Mint, replacing the $2 note. By 1999, the coin had already become a common part of everyday transactions across Australia. However, even common coins can become collectible over time, especially when they carry history, character, and a story. Now, when we talk about a 1,999 coin with a slight greenish or rust-like appearance, it's important to understand what's really happening. These coins are made primarily of aluminum bronze, which is a mix of copper, aluminum, and nickel. Over time, exposure to air, moisture, and environmental conditions can cause a natural patina to form. That greenish tint you might see is not damage in the traditional sense, it's actually a sign of aging. In many cases, collectors appreciate this natural toning because it tells a story of the coin's journey through time. Condition plays a huge role in determining value. When we say a coin is in fine condition, it means the details are still visible, the design is clear, and there isn't excessive wear. The iconic portrait of the Aboriginal elder on the coin, designed by Horst Hahn, should still be recognizable, along with the detailed background elements. A coin like this, even with slight toning, can still be quite appealing to collectors. The background of this coin is also worth appreciating. The design itself reflects Australian culture and heritage, making it more than just currency. Over the years, collectors have become increasingly interested in coins that represent identity and history, and this $2 coin fits that category perfectly. Now let's talk about collector demand. While the 1,999 Australian $2 coin is not considered extremely rare, demand can still exist depending on condition, uniqueness, and visual appeal. Coins with unusual toning, like a greenish hue, sometimes attract niche collectors who specifically look for naturally aged coins. In addition, if the coin has been well preserved despite its age, it becomes even more desirable. When it comes to the current market value, most standard 1,999 Australian $2 coins in circulated condition are generally worth around $2,000, $30,000 to $50,000 Australian dollars. However, coins in better condition, especially those with interesting toning or minimal wear, can sometimes reach values between $275,000 and $88,000 Australian dollars, or even slightly higher in collector markets. It's important to remember that value can vary depending on where you sell, whether it's an online marketplace, a coin dealer, or an auction. For collectors, there are always ways to maximize the potential of a coin like this. Keeping the coin safe from further environmental damage is key, so storing it in a proper coin holder or capsule can help preserve its condition. Avoid cleaning the coin, even if it looks aged, because cleaning can actually reduce its value. Collectors often prefer coins in their natural state. It's also a good idea to stay connected with the coin collecting community. Watching trends, learning from experienced collectors, and even comparing similar coins online can give you a better idea of what your coin might be worth in the future. As we come to the end of this video, it's clear that the 1,999 Australian $2 coin is more than just a piece of currency. It carries history, cultural significance, and the charm of time itself. Even a coin with a greenish tone and signs of age can hold a special place in a collection, and may have a value that grows over time. So next time you come across an old coin in your pocket or drawer, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small piece of history with a story to tell and a value waiting to be discovered.